Hello and welcome to your Halloween Hatha yoga class. My name is Francis. Don't scream, you're in for a wonderful class today. Plenty of options, so take the ones that are right for your body. If you haven't already, go ahead and place out your mat and let's begin. Let's bring ourselves right to the front of our mat. We're going to begin with our mummy sun salutations. So our feet are hip width apart. Stand tall, arms at our sides. Relax your shoulders and close your eyes. Start to bring focus to your breath. Breathing softly. Allowing your mind to relax. Any terrifying thoughts that you might be holding on to, put them aside and take this time to connect to your mind, body, and breath. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale, fold forward. Let's bend our knees as much as needed as we set our hands for plank. Hands are shoulder distance apart as we spread our fingers. We're going to step back to our plank and draw the abdominals in. Holding our planks today to build core strength. You can stay on the toes, or if that's a little much, you can lower down to the knees instead. And if we're on the toes and would like more, we're going to take this into our graveyard climbers. Drawing right knee forward and then left knee. Right and then left. So continue here with your option for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's all lower to knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows squeeze in. Take it all the way down and curl toes. Inhale the cobra. Keep the elbows in. Squeeze the glutes to a baby back bend. Now let's curl our toes into our mat. Draw the abdominals in as we push back to downward dog, also known as our downward demon. Here we tilt our tailbone up towards the ceiling and continue to push the buttocks back. And at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, and step the feet through, hip distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up to standing, and then exhale, fold forward. Let's set our hands for plank, then we'll step back to plank. You know your options, stay on the toes, or for less, lower to knees. If we still need more, we're staying on the toes, taking it into the graveyard climbers. Continuing with your option for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we can lower to knees, or for more, stay on the toes. Exhale, chaturanga. It comes all the way down and curl toes. Inhale, cobra, unless your spine feels ready for more upward dog. Keep pushing through the hands, lengthen arms, and lift the lower body. Now let's curl our toes into our mat and push back to downward dog. Here we spread our fingers, firmly press them down into our mat, and nod our chin in towards our chest. And at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, and step the feet through. Inhale, sweep the arms up to standing. One more time, exhale, fold forward. Let's set our hands for plank, then we'll step back to plank, choosing your option for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Upper body core challenge. You can take it halfway down, stay hovered, and curl toes. Then inhale, upward dog. Open your chest. Now let's curl our toes into our mat and push back to downward dog. So taking this time as we start to heat up our body and getting your blood circulating. At the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, and step the feet through. Inhale, sweep the arms up to standing, and then exhale into mummy pose. Coming now into our seated mummy pose. We're going to draw the abdominals in, bend the knees, and sit down into that imaginary chair, and we can reach the arms straight ahead. So here we're starting to warm up through the glutes and thighs. Keeping the arms up here, we're warming them as well. Now let's exhale, fold forward, set our hands for plank. Then we'll step back to plank. Your option for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, or that downward demon. Now coming into our wicked warrior 1. Let's inhale, bend our knees and take right foot through into lunge. Set our lunge. Then we'll inhale, lift our heart, sweep the arms up, palms together. Let's sink into our lunge. Lengthen arms and look up at our thumbs. Now let's look forward. We'll then lean forward, set our hands for plank. Take our right leg back to plank for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then we'll inhale, bend our knees, and take a left foot through into lunge. Set that wicked warrior 1. Then we'll inhale, lift our heart, sweep the arms up, palms together. Let's sink into our lunge. Lengthen arms and look up at our thumbs. Now let's look forward. We'll then lean forward, set our hands for plank. Take a left leg back to plank. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So start to feel now that warmth, that heat building in your body. At the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, and step the feet through. Inhale, sweep the arms up to standing, and then exhale to our mummy pose. Once again, let's draw the abdominals in, bend the knees, and sit down into that imaginary chair. Feel weight into the heels. Avoid looking down. Keep your head up, because you never know what's ahead. Now let's exhale, fold forward, set our hands for plank. Then we'll step back to plank. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, bend our knees, take right foot through into lunge. Set our lunge, then inhale, lift our hearts, sweep the arms up, palms together. We'll sink into our lunge, lengthen arms, look up at our thumbs. Then look forward, lean forward, set our hands for plank. Take our right leg back to plank. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, bend our knees, take the left foot through into lunge. Setter lunge. Then inhale, lift our heart, sweep the arms up, palms together. Let's sink into our lunge. Lengthen arms, look up at our thumbs. Then let's look forward, lean forward, set our hands for plank. Take a left leg back to plank. We're 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes. Bend the knees, look between the hands, and step the feet through. Inhale, sweep the arms up to standing. Exhale, mummy pose. One more time, abdominals in, sitting to that chair. Nice and low. Maybe a little deeper this time, challenging that lower body strength. Now let's exhale, fold forward. Set our hands for plank. Step back to plank. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bend our knees, take right foot through into lunge. Setter lunge. Inhale, lift our heart, sweep the arms up, palms together. Sink into our lunge, lengthen arms, look up at our thumbs. Look forward, lean forward, set our hands for plank. Take a right leg back to plank. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bend our knees, take the left foot through into lunge. Setter lunge. Inhale, lift our heart, sweep the arms up, palms together. Sink into our lunge, lengthen arms, look up at our thumbs. Look forward, lean forward, set our hands for plank. Take a left leg back to plank. Now last time here, if the knees are down, see if you can come up to those toes. And if you're on the toes, let's see if we can do the graveyard climbers this time. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I knew you can do it. Lower to the knees if needed. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Building that strong mind and body. We're going to come now to our werewolf. So here in downward dog, we have our feet hip width apart. Then we're going to lower our knees down to our mat hip width apart. Preparing for a back bend, you can walk the hands in and come all the way up to your knees. Now in any back bend, we're going to engage your glutes. We're going to squeeze the buttocks and use that strength to support the spine, especially the lower back. So let's bring the hands to the back of our pelvis, which will give some support as well. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, open your chest. Now push your pelvis forward as far as you can, which takes you already into a baby back bend. You can look up to the ceiling. If we're looking for a deeper back bend and chest opener, hands can hold on to heels instead. But make sure that pelvis stays forward. Feel that stretch and opening through the front of your body. Now let's look forward, keep squeezing the glutes. Hands come to the back of the pelvis. And with that strength, we'll bring ourselves back up. Then you can relax your glutes. Hands release. Uncurl the toes and come onto the tops of your feet. Coming down into our hiding pose. Feet together, knees apart. Let's sit down onto the heels. From here, we lean forward, hands in front. Keep that buttocks to heels and slide the hands forward as you lower your forehead down to your neck. A nice release here for the lower back. Now feel free to close your eyes. Here in your hiding pose, nobody can see you. So take this opportunity to relax and restore. And in your time, you can open your eyes and lift your forehead. Let's come back up to our hands and knees and set up for plank. Start by setting the hands, knees in a bit closer, and feet out a little further. Now let's curl the toes, lift the knees, and from our plank, let's push the buttocks back to that downward demon. And at the end of our next exhalation, let's come up onto our toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, and step the feet through. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale to our mummy pose. Now we're going to be coming into our crow pose. This one's a bit of a challenging one. It's an arm balance. We're going to be using our core and upper body strength. We're going to take some steps to work up to the full pose today, so not to worry if you're not able to come all the way into the full crow. So here we'll start with our feet just a little wider, shoulder width apart, and let's bend our knees a lot. We're going to need to set our hands into our mat. Now have your hands just a few inches ahead of your feet. Hands are shoulder width apart and we spread our fingers. Middle fingers are pointing straight ahead. Set a solid foundation through those hands. Now keep your knees bent, but lift your heels. Come up to the balls of your feet. Pull those abdominals in and keep your chin up at all times. Look ahead. We know what happens when we look down. We don't want to catch anyone to catch us by surprise, so look forward. Now from here, you're going to bend your elbows back. Yeah, keep those hands grounded, but bend your elbows back, so feeling the upper arms now touching the knees. We need to create that contact. Now with our chin up, abs in, lean now your knees more into the upper arms and lean the body weight forward. So you're going to feel that weight into the hands. Now if you're starting out with crow, building up that strength, you're going to stay right here. If we're taking it further today, you're going to lift your right foot. I'll let you know when to switch to the other side. Unless you're coming to full crow, you're going to lift your left foot as well and bring those big toes into touch. So as mentioned, balance can be tricky, but we focus. Focus and concentration helps. Now if your right foot is up, switch now to the left side. Feel those shoulders and triceps working here. And definitely those abdominals as well. Now if the feet are up, come back down onto the balls of your feet, nice and easy. And then lower heels down. From here, we're going to push through the feet. Just slowly make our way back up to standing. Now, working the lower body, coming into our witch on a broom. Let's step that front leg back and pivot around so you're facing towards me. Now we're going to be taking those feet extra wide apart, so use that width here of your mat. Turn your right toes pointing to the front of your mat and keep your left toes pointing straight ahead. Left leg stays straight, and we're going to bend that right knee, sink into our lunge, where we aim to get that leg into a 90-degree angle. Make sure your knee is lining up with ankle. Now square your shoulders facing forward. We lengthen spine, abdominals in. Arms come up to a straight line, shoulder height, and reach through the fingertips. Now let's turn our gaze and look towards our right fingertips. Feel that strength here in your body, that power. Now let's bring our head back to center. We'll straighten the right leg and release the arms down. Other side, pivot your right foot in and turn your left toes pointing to the back of your mat. Again, good wide stance. Right leg stays straight. Bend your left knee, sink into your lunge. If the knee is going past the toes, the feet need to come wider apart. Give yourself that space. Shoulders square, facing forward. Lengthen spine, belly in. Arms come up to that straight line, shoulder height. Reach through the fingertips. Now let's turn our gaze and look towards our left fingertips. Keep breathing here. That nice smooth breath in and out through the nose. The worst thing we can do here is hold the breath. Now let's bring our head back to center. We'll straighten the left leg and release the arms down. You can pivot your left foot back in, and from here, let's step our feet in together. We're going to come now into our sleeping zombie. You can stay forward here, or if you like, you can come back to the front of your mat. We're going to have our feet hip width apart. And then from here, we're just going to start to fold forward. So coming forward here, as we start to fall asleep here standing. So that means we relax through our back and abdominals, torso's heavy. Arms are heavy as they dangle. Relax your neck. We have that support through both feet, all four corners. Sleeping zombie. Noticing that stillness, that stretch and opening through the back of your legs. This pose tends to feel really nice for the back and spine as we get to really relax those muscles and just head. Just a little more time here. Feel free to close your eyes. Continue to sleep. Now as we start to awaken, you can open your eyes and bend our knees a bit. Slowly roll ourselves back up to standing. No rush. Take your time. As we come to standing, we find our way into that mummy pose. So if you're not there already, come back to the front of your mat. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale, fold forward. Set our hands for plank. Then we'll step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Into that downward demon. Now we're going to be coming into our dead pigeon. Here in downward dog, let's sweep the right leg up, flex our foot. Look between your hands and bring that right knee forward. You're going to lower it down to your mat behind right hand. Then we're going to lower left knee and curl the back toes. Let's slide that right leg further back. Sink into that stretch. You're going to feel that through the right outer hip and glute. If we need a bit more, you're going to bring that right foot forward towards left hand. Now relax your lower body. We're going to make our way down onto the forearms. And from here, let's cross the arms and rest forehead on top. Become heavy and lifeless. Let's lift your forehead. Coming back to life as we make our way back up to our hands and set our hands for plank. Curl the back toes as we press up. Take that right leg back to plank. And then we'll push the buttocks back to that downward demon. Other side. Let's sweep the left leg up. Flex our foot. Look between our hands and bring that left knee forward. Lower it down to our mat behind, left hand. Then we'll lower right knee and uncurl the back toes. Let's slide that right leg further back, sink into it. So now we're feeling that stretch into the left outer hip and glute. If we need more, bring that left foot forward towards right hand. As we relax the lower body, we'll make our way down onto the forearms. Cross the arms and rest forehead on top. Now let's lift your forehead. Coming back to life as we make our way back up to our hands and set our hands for plank. Curl the back toes as we press up. Take a left leg back to plank. And then we'll push the buttocks back to downward demon. Now coming into our freaky frog, which will stretch the inner thighs and groin. Let's lower our knees down to our mat and uncurl our toes. For this one, you can turn yourself to face forward towards me. We're going to be taking the knees wide, and we want to make sure our knees are on our mat so it's more comfortable for the knees. So let's take those knees nice and wide as we're able to. You know, it's a bit more challenging to see me today, so I'm giving you as much detail as possible. But we like dark and spooky, right? So knees wide, coming off of the kneecap if we can and onto those inner thighs. We'll flex our feet, lining up the ankles with the knees so the toes are facing out towards the sides of the room. Different than our hiding pose. Now let's make our way down onto the forearms. Find a neutral pelvis and spine, a flat back. Try to avoid rounding the spine. Our gaze is right between the hands. You probably already feel that deep stretch. If not, you can push through those hands and slide your tailbone further back. Now to release, let's slide ourselves a bit forward. You can bring your feet in together, push your buttocks back. Slowly walk the hands in. You can push through the hands to bring safely in one knee and then the other. We're going to get off our heels now and bring ourselves to sitting. We can face side on once again, as we're going to be coming into a spooky spinal twist. Let's position ourselves up to the sitting bones, legs straight, feet flexed. We'll take the right leg, cross it over, foot into our mat. Grab a hold of our shin. Lengthen your spine like someone just scared you. Then that right hand comes behind into our mat for support. And that left arm crosses over to press into the thigh. Inhale, lengthening. And then exhale, twist through your waist, upper back and neck. Look over your shoulder and see if anyone's hiding there. Now looking back to the front, arms can release and then twist. Uncross the right leg, stretch it forward. Then we're going to take our left leg, cross it over, footing to our mat. Grab a hold of our shin, lengthen our spine. And then we'll take the left hand behind into our mat. Right arm crosses over as we press into our thigh. Inhale, lengthening, nice and tall. And then exhale, twist through the waist, upper back and neck. Let's look over our shoulder. See if anyone's hiding out on the other side. Now looking back to the front, arms release and then twist. Uncross the left leg and stretch it forward. Now we're going to move back into some core work for those abdominals, coming into coughing sit-ups. All right, time to channel your inner vampire. Let's bring ourselves closer to the front of our mat so our feet are right at the front of our mat, just so we have plenty of room behind us to come down. So here with our legs straight, feet flexed, toes face up to the ceiling, arms cross the chest. Now your choice to just stay here, sit nice and tall, and that will also work and strengthen your back and abdominals. Now into a coughing sit-up, we connect with our breath. On the inhale, we're going to lower all the way down to our back, even the back of our head. And then we exhale, squeeze the abdominals in. Let's bring ourselves all the way back up to sitting, nice and tall. So inhale, we're lowering down. And then as we exhale, we're squeezing back up, nice and tall. Inhale. And then exhale. Keep pushing out through those heels. Yet if we can't come all the way down today, Maybe it's going to be halfway down. Or we continue to sit up nice and tall. Feel that working to those center rectus abdominals. We've got a few more. And this is how I looked today when I rose from my bed. When I woke up to teach this class for you. Now next one, let's all take it all the way down to our back. Once our head lowers, you can relax your abdominals and the arms come to our sides. Now if your head isn't positioned on your mat, bring yourself a little bit further forward so you are able to rest your body on that mat. We're going to come down to a back bend. We have two options, troll bridge or the exorcist. So let's set our feet into our mat, hip distance apart, ankles in line with knees, toes point straight ahead. For troll bridge, you're going to squeeze the buttocks, push through your feet, lift your pelvis up to the ceiling as far as you can. Then the arms sliding, interlace the fingers, arms are straight. Position yourself right up to the upper arms and shoulders by squeezing the shoulder blades together. So your upper back is up off your mat, and now you're able to lift up higher, feeling that stretch and opening through the front of your body. A nice stretch for those abdominals as well. Now for those of you that are coming into the exorcist instead, you're going to set your hands into your mat alongside ears with the elbows facing up to the ceiling. So hands and feet are firmly grounded. Squeeze your buttocks. Push through the hands and feet. You can always start, if needed, by coming up onto the top of your head. And when ready, push all the way up. Stretch your throat, look down between the palms of your hands. And if we are in the exorcist, when you do come down, make sure it's slowly and safely on top of your head. You can tuck chin in and lower your back and head down. If you're still in that troll bridge, release the fingers, untuck the upper arms and shoulders, and slowly roll it down. Once we come down, let's draw our knees into our chest. Hug the knees in and rock side to side. Massaging our lower back. Feels good. And coming now into dead bug. Let's flex your feet and turn the soles of our feet to face to the ceiling. The knees still are bent. We can take the hands, grab a hold of hamstrings, or we can see if we can take the hands, grab a hold of the outer parts, the soles of our feet. Now here we need a straight spine, so avoid any rounding. If your pelvis is up, push your tailbone down towards the floor. And hands pressing the hamstrings or feet, as we draw the knees closer down towards the sides of our rib cage. This should also feel good for the lower back. We also open through the inner thighs and groin. Now hands can release. We're feeding arms back down to our mat. And coming now into our corpse pose. We're going to slide the legs forward and a bit further apart. Having our arms at our sides. Rough shoulders down from our ears. Palms of our hands gaze up to the ceiling. Let's slowly rock our hand from side to side. And a gentle massage to the back of our hand. And releasing any tension through our neck. Bring our head back to center. As we move now into our relaxation and meditation. So you can close your eyes. Soften your eyelids. Relax your jaw. Lips gently seal. Tongue resting gently on the palate of your mouth. Soften all the muscles of your face. Start to scan your body. From the tips of your toes all the way out through the crown of your head. Noticing areas you're holding on to. And now letting go. Your feet splay open to the sides of the room. Legs relax, calves, thighs, hamstrings. Becomes heavy as it sinks into the ground. Muscles of your back and belly soften with each breath. Arms become heavy. Fingers soft. Relax your shoulders. And relax your neck. Allow your entire body to let go. Your mind to relax. Any thoughts you're still holding on to, put them aside and focus on your breath. Your mind and body to experience complete relaxation. And for any healing that needs to take place, to happen now. Begin to deepen your breath. Slowly awaken your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. In your time, you can slowly draw your knees in towards your chest. Hug your knees into your heart and give yourself a great big hug for taking the time to honor your mind, body and spirit. And keeping your eyes closed, you can roll over to your favorite side into a fetal position. Getting your time, you can slowly make your way up to sitting. We can cross our legs, bring hands on knees, palms gaze up. Lengthen our spine and allow our heart to lift. And acknowledge the change in our mind and body. Feeling less scared and terrified, and now feeling more calm and relaxed. Now let's end with a deep inhale. Sweep our arms above our head, bring palms together, and draw them down to our heart center. The divine in me honors the divine in you. May there be peace in your hearts and the world around you. Namaste. And happy Halloween. I hope you enjoyed your Halloween Hatha yoga class today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you back here soon. Now I'm headed back to my coffee. So I'll see you next time you're here.